Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This is the first that Bill and I are doing this. We had kind of come up with this idea of if you didn't know, I am on Bill's podcast and he was actually on the show. So I'm going to have him give like a brief overview of his business because we're going to kind of go through this journey of weekly check-ins, stuff we're already doing. So Bill and I are friends. We usually spend a lot of time talking before we record the episode for him. Then we have the episode, and then we talk after. So we're incorporating this in his business as well as an after show. And I was like, why don't we just have a cool way where we can talk about what we're working on in our business, just kind of seeing how Bill was already on the show. He gave a great overview of his business. We'll have the podcast episode linked, and just a way that we can kind of check in with ourselves, but also include you in that because being a small business owner, there's always changes that are going to be going on a day to day. Like I was telling Bill, this week has not been great for me as far as relying on this technology that we're talking on right now. And so just knowing like, man, it's rough. But Bill, can you just give us an intro to yourself as well as your business name and kind of what you're doing within your business?
Yeah, my name is Bill. In case you guys didn't know.
Hi, Bill.
Hi. Yeah, I'm working in a factory right now, but the business side of things, what that is it's Christian Cornerstone 412 Ministries, often referred to as CC 412. And the purpose of that 412 is Ephesians 412 to build up to equip the saints for the work of the ministry and building up the body of Christ. And the vision of this is to be an educational platform, resource in which people can use to whatever it might be to continuously be equipped for the Christian faith. And the vision itself is long term to be a learning platform. You know, we can go up, sign up, take classes, and basically get a biblical education.
Awesome. Yeah, so I would definitely suggest you guys go and listen to the episode. And then this is just kind of the first kickoff where we're introducing what it's going to look like. I know I want to have like Bill as a constant one if we can keep it going. And then I hope to have kind of a different show with having some of the other business owners from the small business community, just as a way for you guys to kind of follow along with us and be like, what's happening? Like we heard you once, but we loved you so much. We want to hear you again because I know, yes, of course you guys love us all, right? But we'll just keep this short for this one. But I'd love to hear, Bill, by the time we talk next time, like what are you working on or do you have any goals for this new month? Because we're just hitting February. So I can share mine first if you want to think about it or you can jump in.
Well, actually, yeah, I had one. I was tediously crying over it, exaggerating here, but I was crying over it. I was wanting to work on writing up a series for a course over the Book of Romans, and basically dissecting the gospel and the importance of having a right gospel and how we can profess that to others. So I had a terrible time this past week trying to figure out how I'm going to outline this, what should be included, what shouldn't be, because I'm so used to writing books, sermons, and to write a course itself is basically limited. But yeah, I'm hoping to actually have that done, at least the outline of all the courses this weekend, because as of yesterday, I had a great time. I had a whole aha moment of this is how I can do it and get it done. So that's my plan, is to get that written up this week and hopefully next week begin recording the lessons.
Awesome. So everyone listening, we will check in with Bill the next time we talk and we can hear how that's going. I know for myself, today as we're talking, I'm supposed to be launching the new ebook, which is attached to my email series, which it's like almost 5 o'clock my time, and I haven't launched it yet, but I said it would be today. So technically I've got a couple hours, but I'm going through the ebook and like clicking links, and then I'm like, this webpage has not been finished. It was one of those, I made the webpage for the sake of having a link so I can link it, and it's like, Michael, write something about why they should do this. I'm like, oh no. So when I was watching my niece and nephew, I'm like typing with Josiah, the 1-year-old, on my lap. I'm like, hold this pen. Don't touch the keyboard. Don't touch the mouse. And he kept trying to touch everything. I'm like, I just need to write this. So I'm going to do that right as we jump off. And then technically, like, I give the ebook in that first email, but I joke around like, here it is because I said you'd get it, but don't click it yet because I'm going to take you on a journey to get it. So, I mean, it's kind of like tongue-in-cheek of like, if you really want it, you can get it and unsubscribe, but
Yeah.
you shouldn't. So that's what I'm just trying to get together, and it's one of those, it's just taking me forever because I want it to be good, which I know you as well, like the stuff we work on, you want it to be good, but then I also have to keep in mind like I need to move forward and I can't let it hold me back because I can always go back and edit. Like
Right.
I already know like the ebook I was supposed to read it one more time and I'm like I don't have it in me. So
Yeah.
I'm checking links and that'll be good.
And see, and that's the comfort for me is like, I mean, I want the stuff that I make to be perfect, but and I shared with you earlier this week is what I also like as I develop these things in my mind is like I'm on a journey. You know, there's another thing that's off the list. There's another thing up there. And a part of me likes to see to share that view with others. I mean, some people are like, oh, this isn't finished. You know, this could be better, whatever it is. But then at the same time, my hope is that they see this is like, okay, this is where they're at now. A week from now, 2 weeks, a month from now, it's like, oh, they've improved this. So I think it's kind of a fun journey that to share that other people can take part in and share that journey of building up business.
Yeah, and I think it's very relatable where, and that's what I always hope for my business here is that I can be candid. And this is another way to be like, you hope for those launches to be so set up and beautiful. And like, I have the half of the social media photos ready to go. And I know what I'm going to do, but just seeing like, man, sometimes life comes and you just roll with it and you're like, this is so sloppy feeling on my side. But if you weren't hearing from me, you'd just be like, oh, he chose to post in the evening because social media times are good in the evening because people are getting off work, they're getting ready for bed,
Right.
they're on their phone. I'm like, yeah, you can think that, but the truth is like,
It's like, yeah,
oh,
you're
today was a
absolutely
mess.
right.
Yeah,
No.
but we'll leave it there. Anything you want to leave us with for encouragement? Because I think that's a great way to end it for anyone listening right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would say whatever project you're working on, whatever business, really, I mean, just keep up with it. I mean, it might seem like you got a long road ahead, that you have a lot to do, but each little piece that you check off your list of this is done is another thing done. That's another thing behind you. So, and it's really a fun journey. It's all of it's a learning curve with exploring, developing a business, but also the legal side and technological side and the advancements that are made throughout the many years to come. Um, you're never going to be done, but it's always going to be a fun journey to learn these various new things through that process.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. I think mine would be that there's a new day tomorrow, a new week. You kind of mentioned that before, not on this one, maybe the last
You're
offline in between
getting
the mess of
confused.
technical complications we've had, even with your recording, let alone all my podcast interviews for this week that
And this one's
we're
looking
just,
good so far.
I know, until it kicks me out. But basically, I think it's really easy to get discouraged where like I was so excited for, like in my home fellowship group with the church, I had them pray for like, I have 8 episodes that I'm going to be recording, and then kind of seeing like none of it has been easy, none of it has been smooth, and just being like, man, that's really discouraging. But then try to remember like, but Michael, you were so encouraged before and things are still going good. So it's kind of that weird in your own journey, even if the, not even the day, just the week, it's
Right.
kind of crappy to be like, it's fine. There's new days and we'll just keep on going.
Right.
But thanks for watching. We'll be back next week.